supporters, engagers. I love you, and I'm so grateful to have you join me this Sunday. We're having another Sunday moment. You know how life goes, it's getting down like that from time to time. But I want to thank you for taking time out of your weekend to make your healing a priority and allowing me the honor of being a part of your self care routine. We normally meet on Saturdays for those that are watching in real time. We normally meet on Saturdays, YouTube Live here at 10 a.m. But as life would have it, you guys know I'm a busy mom. You know I am a businesswoman. I am a visionary. I am a lot of things, as I'm sure many of you are. That's why we're tapping in right now to get our healing in, to get us some us time, to get some rejuvenation, because we're making a lot of things happen. And sometimes it takes real intentional sit down up in it, like Mama Yanla would say, for us to be able to really process where we are in our lives and where we're going and how to get ourselves where we have to go. So I'm saying thank you for taking the time. If you aren't watching this in real time and you have played this any other time of the week or any other day, be patient with us. I'm grateful for you. You know that I just want you to get your moments in. They don't have to be precise. Again, I always say I know Sunday is a time of worship for a lot of people of different religious backgrounds. I know that there's religious rituals, family, Sunday dinners. I know all things happen. Lots of things are going on a Sunday. Just get your moment. Be divinely aligned with your moment. Be divinely led to a moment of harmony. Be divinely led to a time where you can sit, or while you're working, or while you're doing laundry, or while you're doing homework, you can just play your moment of harmony and say, hey, this is my time to think, to recap, to consider, to most importantly, heal. So, anybody that's been following me, and I would like to give a big shout out to tons of mamas that just subscribed within the past week. I got a lot of new subscribers in the past week from us being able, there was a workshop that I spoke at, that one of the mamas in the community had done, and we just had a quick moment of harmony in person there, and lots of subscribers. I want to welcome you all. This is probably your first time live with me, other than when we did our workshop in the park. But this is our first time here and seeing, like, what is a Moment of Harmony about? Thank you for coming. Thank you for being present. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you for your kind words and your DMs and coming up to me after the event. I love you all, and I'm so happy you are part of our journey. If you are brand new, welcome. If you have been here way back from my Facebook days go back, Facebook Live days, they go back about 2 or 3 years. So if you've been here for a long time, hey girl, hey, how you doing, sir? Whomever you are, how y'all doing, right? Thank you for coming and meeting me back here. But if you are brand new, we are in a 32-week series, and every series has a number. Every series have a number, is a theme, and a number of shows or episodes that go with it. So previously we came out of a 25-week series, and it was an affirmation series. And now, and those videos, some of those videos are still available here, and some of them are on my Facebook page, which is under Harmony Davis, and not Brown. It's under my maiden name. So if you are here with me today, you are in a 32-week series. And not so new, because we're about halfway into it. A 32-week series called A Matter of Moments. Hi, beautiful. I love you. I'm so happy to see you. Called A Matter of Moments. So the Matter of Moments is also going to have a book at the end of the session. So I'm beginning to advertise all throughout September about my annual prayer and purge. Up until this year, the prayer and purge has been virtual. It started in 2020 and it has been virtual. At the end of the year, or calendar year here, we get into praying, purging, resetting ourselves spiritually and divinely for a new year, new set of circumstances, a new level of existence. And we've been doing that virtually, doing interactive, like lives. we're going in person this year. This year, we're going to be in person. We're going to have an arena. We're going to register. We're going to pay to register. We're going to bring our friends and family members, and we are going to do some divine work as we exit and enter into a new season of self. Okay, so this what we're doing here in our 32-week series, we want to make sure we can have our books available, our shirts available, having some things that really make your moments practical, really make your moments of harmony, an everyday part of who you are and what you're doing. And so that we're not so desperate for a Saturday because we are working on ourselves. We have an interactive Matter of Moments book coming with this series, and we'll be able to work even if we're not live, even if we're not in a video. We're going to be like, hey, I got my Moment of Harmony shirts with my Harmony original quotes on them. I've been to my prayer and purge. Good morning, beautiful. I hope you're feeling better. I've been to my prayer and purge. I'm going to my once a month in-person moment meetups. And I am, of course, having my Moment of Harmony every Saturday. Guys, we are going to like be engulfed in healing. And I'm here for it. I am so here for it. And I'm glad you are here today for your moment. So welcome. This Moment of Harmony today is entitled Last Moments, Moments in Reflection. Y'all, when I tell you these moments these correlations be correlating. Oh my goodness. I talk about this every week. The more I do my work, the more I fast, the more I'm intentional, the more I pray, oh my gosh, the more I grow, the more these moments that have been pre-organized, pre-outlined, the entire series has been pre-outlined, and I swear every week when I get to a moment, I am like, why is this my life right now? Because you know what? The creator says if you're going to do the work and bring the work to the people, you better be the work. So, hey, y'all, I am not preaching to the choir. I'm not even preaching at all, y'all. We are spiritually exchanging and engaging at this point because this series session is real. It's real for me right now. It's been real for me for a moment. And I'm so happy that we'll be able to share this healing experience together. So again, we're in a moment entitled Last Moments and Moments in Reflection. Why is this such a beautiful subject? Why is this such a necessary subject? Because we are not healing because we're not making it through smooth transitions. We're not making it through transitions. And I want to even take out the word smooth. We're not making it through any transitions. Rough transitions, life transitions, death transitions, grieving transitions. We're just getting stuck. We're getting stuck. We're not being able to move forward. We're holding on to old ideas and patterns and things that are killing us. We're holding on to memories. We're using them more than what they should be used for. We're being stuck in them. So I'm saying today we are talking about last moments. How are we navigating through these moments? How do we, like every moment, utilize these moments to make us better, to work for us? And how do we take these last moments from whatever we are in and make them caterpillar moments, right? Make whatever it is that you're leaving, that you're losing, that you're putting behind you, that you're growing out of, that you're shedding, whatever it is, make it a caterpillar moment. Right? And a lot of us have made it a snail moment. A lot of us have been just straight caught in spider web moment. I'm saying if we're going to make this moment anything, let's do it a caterpillar. One thing is coming to an end. How do we embrace? And I'm saying the most devastating, the hardest, the trudging, those decisions that are really not easy to make, those things that don't feel like choices at all. How can we make them work for us? We are going to get into that today. So I hope you're ready for this moment. Let us dive in. The first point of last moments that I want to get into is the last moments with our loved ones, right? This is the part where I say moments in reflection. last moment with loved ones. And by this one, because last moments we're going to delve in today could be all types of moments. The last moments of your career, the last moments of an old dream, the last moments of a relationship, the last moments of all just where you are mentally, emotionally, the last moments of your old lifestyle. There's tons of moments in life because we are perpetually growing. It is literally the point of humanity. It is literally the point of divinity. It's literally the point of being, is to be in constant evolution. And then we get this wrong idea about life, about stability, about we get the wrong ideas about the bolts of it and not the piece of it, right? Not the peaceful transition of it, not the growth of it. And so we're thinking like, we don't want last moments. We don't want things to end. We don't want to grow out of things. And I'm saying, I want us to get rid of those wrong and those counterproductive and those backwards ideas of growth and change and expansion and new and different. Okay, and even the crawling before you walking to a new stage. I want us to get rid of the fear behind it. So, but when I get into moments, last moments with lost ones and loved ones, I'm talking about really not the transition of a new job, I'm talking about literally the death transition of a loved one, someone that is transitioning or someone that has transitioned, and we are stuck in those moments, those last moments, or we are in the last moments with someone and we know it. We know we're in the last moments with something. This part is all about the reflection, right? It's about how are we looking at these aspects of our lives? How are we looking at this moment? How can we make this moment really a moment that turns into a blessed and beautiful experience? I know I'm such an Aquarius and it can sound also magical, but trust me, I get it. I get that I have had the experience of both when it comes to transition. I've had the experience of a sudden murder out of nowhere. What WTF just happened? Traumatizing, rip out of your life out of nowhere death experience with a loved one. And I've also had a loved one that was sick and that was leaving, and I was in denial about it, and I was so naive about it, and then just all of a sudden this loved one, is transition. So I'm saying now I'm looking back like, hey, how do I make these last moments? How am I not going to just keep getting stuck in the woulda, coulda, shouldas when it comes to this, when it comes to transition, when it comes to grief, when it comes to death? How can I not get stuck in? So let's go through that really quickly. Okay. The first part of that is if you are in a point, in a place where there is a loved one that is transitioning, I want you to know, and if you are reflecting, meaning you go back often to your last days with a loved one that is gone, I want you to think in a perspective that isn't grief, that isn't sadness. I want you to think in as much as you can muster up the ability to walk back through those last moments with receptivity, exploration, and discovery. I'm trying to tell you that if you go back and reflect, if your reflection incorporates those aspects, you will find meaning, you will find purpose, you will find light, you will find information in that transition. So many of you may know, but I also am a doula. And I learned from one of the incredible doulas, Mama Nalaja Brown, that I learned from her during one of her doula, I guess, courses, that she does beautiful work. She said that when a baby comes into life, the doulas are to make a wish, right? Anyone in the room. But definitely this was her advice to doulas, because it is a divine moment. And I'm paraphrasing, but this is pretty much what the lesson was. It's a divine moment happening. Life is coming in to the physical form, into a new universe, and it is a divine moment where manifestation of wish and desire can take place, meaning this is a magical moment. Magical moments are happening when a baby is coming. So she says, make a wish. I'm saying, thank you, love. I'm saying that death and transition moments from the physical life into the afterlife, I'm saying have those exact same energy on it. Death is divine. Transition is divine. The creator is bringing you in, and you are having an experience with the creator when they are bringing you and you're coming in physically, and when you're going out of the physical, it is a magical moment. It is a transparent, it is a thin line moment between the spiritual and the physical. And it is also an opportunity to go back and say, what was being, when that portal was happening, I'm in this incredible magical moment of life, because death is one of those incredible magic moments. When I'm in one of those moments, as sad as it is, as depressed as it is, those last moments were preparing me for a new level, because something was coming to an end. Whether it was an end, not definitely when we talk about death, it's not an end that we want. It's not an end that we've anticipated. It's not an end that we're looking forward to. Looking forward to it or not, there is divinity, great and extreme divinity in that moment. So when I'm talking about, okay, the two moments that I use the most, right, that kind of get to me the most, that I work through the most, would be the moments that my I would say that my spiritual mother, her birthday just passed. Happy birthday, mama. You have been with me through some really rough times as of recent, and I love and give thanks to your energy. I feel you. Had a dream about you last night. You spoke back to me. I'm loving it. But in the last my spiritual mother, she transitioned back in 2015. And I was so naive. I had not at that point really had someone in my everyday life transition. I did have a brother-in-law, and that was the closest I came, and we were not every single day. I loved him greatly, and we grew up together, but she was the closest I ever came to someone every single day, that you talk to every single day, that you love every single day, that you're reliant on, that you have an everyday relationship with. She was that first transition for me. And I just and when she started exhibiting, she died from cancer, kidney cancer in her bladder, actually. Cancer in her bladder. And when she started to exhibit behaviors or exhibit symptoms, I'm such a researcher, guys. I will research everything to the end of the world. I will just be up all day. I'm going to get it figured out, and I always do before the doctors get it figured out. I'll get it figured out before you got it figured out, because I'm looking. I'm just a researcher by nature. Information is literally how I live and thrive. So when I'm seeing her symptoms and certain things going on, she's getting, I talked about this in the past, she got misdiagnosed so many times. They told her kidney stones. They told her all types of things that were actual bladder cancer. And by the time they figured out, it was definitely too late. But as I'm researching, I'm seeing that the symptoms are lining up with cancer. I totally disregard that, because I'm not gonna get me this incredible everyday mother figure that meets me at a place of a manifestation that I've been looking for and that I've needed. This mentor, this guide, this incredible woman that really was, it's so rare to get the love and the support, I think, from mamas nowadays, that I know that I need at the level that I need, because of the structure of society and the damage that's been done to not only our generation but to our elder generations. So, but I just cherished this ability to connect with a woman on this level. And I was like, nope, this ain't cancer. I would go to visit her in the hospital, guys. So oblivious. I would go and visit her in the hospital. She is declining. And I am still just like, when you get out of here, when are we going to do this? And what do you need me to do? And there was even a time I went to the house, literally days before she actually transitioned, went to her house. She's out of the hospital. She's in basically hospice, and I'm still in denial. And I go see her. She is a fraction of herself. Nowhere near as vocal, as feisty, as mobile. And I'm still just like, Mama, I need you to get better. Like, what do you know? And she is trying to prep me. She literally, and I don't want to get emotional, but she literally is going back and trying to prep me. Now, when I think back, that's what I'm talking about when I say reflection. When you reflect, you go back and you Sankofa. Reflection is Sankofa. It is a divine part of our way. Okay? And Gia yet too is a part of who we are. We must go back accurately. We must go back courageously. We must go back fiercely. We must go back in an explorative and in an area of expertise of ourselves that is going to allow us to get what we needed to get. No one needs to be reflecting on the death of a loved one. No one needs to go back to those last moments of last breaths of being on a ventilator, being on a machine. No one needs to go back to that part of that experience in depletion, defeated, depression. If you visit those moments in low vibration, you are going to miss the high vibrational energies that were meant to come to you. The higher level of communication from the universe that was meant to bring you through, that was meant to push you forward, that was meant to inform you, motivate you, and equip you for the next level, because nothing ends without a new level. Nothing ends without a next level. Nothing ends without the next level. And if you are visiting the previous level low vibrationally, you will not get high enough to graduate to the next level. So when I reflect and I go back courageously into those moments, I go like, she was trying to tell me, in as much love as she could figure out, she wasn't coming back to work. She wasn't coming out of this. She was accepting something. And then, Mama was a Virgo, so she could be a little pessimistic sometimes. She definitely thought I was way too hopeful about things. And in this predicament, she was right. And she was right about a lot of things. But I was just like, well, no, we're not thinking like that. I'm not saying goodbye. And now when I look back, I'm saying she was preparing me. She was sharing things with me. She was things that I wasn't open to in the moment because of fear, because of worry, because of sadness. But things that I mean, 8 years later, 8 years later when I need her, 8 years later when I want her, 8 years later when I want to hear her advice and her guidance and her affirmation and her kindness and her wisdom, I can go literally back to those moments. All moments were full of divinity. Those moments were full of direction for right now. Those moments were full. And I want to bring to you all, like, we have to go into last moments of a situation in a way that they are not our last moments. We have to go into them understanding that those are preparation moments, that those were guiding moments, that those were highlighted moments for the next moments. So I'm saying when we do that, I want us to go into it that way. My next situation that was almost as close as that one was, I'm talking about day-to-day loved one transition, was my baby brother. My baby brother was, he was murdered. He was taken very abruptly, very violently. And a lot of times, like I say, we go back into those last moments, and it's like, man, I should have said this, and I should have did this, and I wish I was here, and I wish I'd have thought about that. But I am telling you, when we utilize those moments for what they actually were, when we tap into the divinity of that sacred portal between life and death, which was happening at that time, we are going to elevate. We are going to elevate in our divine beingness of where we are right now. So when I go into those last moments and those last conversations, and I shared last week's Moment of Harmony, there's so many things I was feeling up into his transition that I wasn't aware of why I'm feeling and thinking these things. I'm not tapping into them. just being young, just not being spiritually experienced. And I'm saying that now that we are having intentional moments, we're here right now at a moment of harmony because we're not letting a moment just be a moment. We're never again letting a day just be a day. We're never again just letting a conversation be a conversation. We are knowing that every moment counts to a divine being who can direct their moments, who can change their moments, who can transform their lives with their own thoughts, with their own words, with their own love, with their own intention. We are saying that my moments are full of potential and possibility. They're full of information, and they're full of all the energy I need for the next one to be great, and the next one to be great, and the next one to be transformative, and the next one to be enlightening, and the next one to be empowering, and the next one to be manifesting. Excuse me, we have that ability. And y'all know, I start talking so much and my body start doing all types of crazy things. But I'm saying we know that that's possible for us, and I want us to utilize that. I want us to utilize that. I want us to tap into that. So when we talk about last moments with loved ones and we're in reflection, go into that. You were in a portal moment, planning the funeral, accepting the death, being in shock, having the adrenaline, finding ways to cope. This was all a period of divine trance. For those of you that know, you know, when someone you love transitions, you are in a trance. You are literally in a trance that doesn't require food. It doesn't require sleep. You're not here, right? And the reason that is because a very extreme divine portal of life is opening. And you are not in a physical form of existence. This was a time for you to get answers. This was a time for you to let go. This was a time for you to learn. This was a time for you to come out. This was a cocoon moment. And we missed it. And I know it because I was there. I'm saying right now in a moment of harmony, we're going back. We're saying Kofaing when we go through reflection. We're not just crying over a picture frame. We're not just, giving where would they be now. We're saying, what did I need to see in that moment? It was a divine moment, one of the most divine moments of my life, and I missed it in a low vibration. Understandably, I missed it in a low vibration. We're going back through there now. When those of us that were able to give birth, when is the last time, right? When is the last time you felt an outer body, outer world experience that didn't require any physical, actual function, and it was all spiritual? You were in a trance, giving birth, right? Those of us that have ever given birth, those of us that have ever pushed a life out of our bodies, that is the last time you went into straight. I've been able to have my son's father tell me, he told me straight up, he was like, Harmony, you weren't there. He was like, your eyes rolled in the back of your head. You went somewhere else. And I watched the videos of all of them that I have videos for. And I do know that that is the truth. And I was there. I was there and I wasn't there. So I know that is, I'm giving birth when life was coming out of me, trance mode. I was in another level of existence, and I was in that very delicate realm of line of existence between the physical life and the spiritual life. And it was an incredible place to be. And that place has changed me 5 times over. It has grown me and developed me and transformed me. And I'm saying that same energy, right? That time when you tuned out to bring in life, we do the same thing when life is exiting. So I'm saying I want us to reflect and Sankofa in grief, Sankofa in death, Sankofa in transition in a way that helps us, because we were being prepared. We were being prepared not only to deal with the transition at the moment, but to deal with life moving forward. and we saw one extreme of life, and we saw one extreme possibility and one side of life a whole nother way, so that we could see the other extreme of life a whole other way. So if you're not seeing, and that transition didn't happen, and you're not in that place and you're grieving, you're not at that point yet when it comes to reflecting on last moments, I'm saying this is where we go back and do our work. This is where we shift our perspective. This is where we change how we look at it. This is how we change how we Sankofa. This is how we know what we're looking for. I kid you not. Reflect on those. Light you some candles in a quiet space about those last moments, about that time period. Speak, take yourself, walk back through, speak to yourself in those moments. And I guarantee you, you are getting fully equipped, extreme downloads and receptivity from that moment on about today, about tomorrow. There are things I literally can digest. I can stomach. I can have hope around. I can deal with today because of how I saw, how I've gone, how I've utilized the last moments of things that didn't make it into today in that way. And I'm saying this is a possible thing. So that is last moments when we talked about loved ones, when we talk about going into reflection. Remember, it's how we look back. So we're not going into a low vibrational look back. No one is looking back in low vibration. You can't get what you were intended to get. You'll miss your mail at that time. You'll miss the message from that time. You'll miss the assignment for the next. Thank you so much, for the next level of your life. So when we are going into reflection, we are urged to try. It's hard. It's so hard because you want to hear their voice. You want to be with that person. It's hard not to get stuck in the physical part of death. I get it. So it hits me often, just knowing I just want to hear my brother. I want to hear a joke. I wish I could have a conversation with him. I can't, won't see him get married. Won't have a birthday party for him. These things where he's there and see his smile. Oh my gosh, this most incredible smile. But what I'm saying is that if I am a spiritual being having a human experience, like I heard from Professor Griff, that I cannot let the physical overrun, and distract me from the dynamic spiritual adventure and element and expression that's happening. And there was something spiritual happening there. Peace and power, Mama Yatale. So beautiful to see you. I can't let that I can't let that override what I was supposed to get. Because then I'm the physical being operating spiritually sometime. But if I'm the spiritual being and I'm having the physical experience, I have to properly put in perspective where the physical belongs. And I have to properly prioritize the spiritual. And once you do that, you graduate differently. You level up differently in life. So now, let's go to our second point as it pertains to our last moments. So we talked about last moments with loved ones. We talked about grieving moments. We talked about when, the transition, the actual death of loved ones, and how we can go into those last moments of whether it's when we know they're transitioning or when they already, something sudden happens and we are how are we getting through that? Oh my gosh, my moments, like we know, literally my moments were born out of, conversations, some of those last conversations with my brother. But just being able to say, like, he might not have known it was his last moments. I didn't know it was his last moments. But the universe knew it was his time. And because I know what the universe knew, I know I can go back and that there were things there full of just a plethora of divinity. And my moments came out of that. My conversation with my brother. I go back to those moments and I'm saying, okay, Harmony, what were you missing? What were you too sad to see? The day before the day before he left, the week before he left. The universe was preparing. Because that's how the universe works, right? We're preparing right now for winter and fall. The universe is not human in that way, where just winter just pops up. There are things happening right now with the trees and the leaves and the birds that are starting a preparation for winter. This is mayat. This is balance. This is system. This is organization. That's how the universe works. So before my brother transitioned, the universe was doing things. The universe was setting things into place. The universe was beginning to remove and realign and reshift. And the universe was equipping me and everyone affected by his transition. And I'm saying the exact same thing was happening with your loved ones. The exact same thing was happening. So refocus how we reflect. Sankofa differently. When we're reflecting, it's not for sadness, it's for gain. It's for being equipped. It's for the tools. It's saying, you know what, there were things there I need today. I'm telling you, 8 years later, I am still everything my mama said. I hear her, right? My spiritual mother that transitioned, I hear her. Things I just was like, oh, thank you. They're different now. Because the universe was preparing. She told me, she said, Harmony, I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about you because you know God. And I was wondering, like, why would you be worried about me? Naive. But now, when I'm in a place where I probably should be worried about myself, I'm not worried about me because I know God. I'm saying the jewels are there, y'all. The jewels were there. The map was there. We serve a creator of great guidance. Okay, our ancestors, they always are leaving the leaving of jewels. No one is just leaving you empty on a road with no breadcrumbs. It's how you Sankofa. It's how you go back. It's how you get. It's how you achieve, okay? So when we go into those last moments, we want to reflect in that way. Now, let's go into another section of last moments, which I'm also in, okay? Another section of last moments are the living last moments. Living last moments, meaning the last moments of the career you're in, the last moments of your college years in school, the last moments of your marriage, the last moments of even being single, the last moments of so many things, your relationships and trauma and cycles and patterns with your families. How are we dealing with those? Why are we getting stuck in those in a way that we're not being able to move forward? I want us to understand this. We are being devastated by the end of things. We are being trampled. We are being trumped. We are being stuck when things are ending because we are not understanding the divine cycle of life, which is everything must evolve. Your children must grow older in order for there to be progression. The only way that things will not change or transform is if they are dead. In that way, they aren't growing and they are not moving. That's not a life any of us want. So sometimes we grow in careers that we will have to transition out of. Sometimes we grow in relationships and marriages that we'll have to transition out of. And we aren't doing that well because we have a wrong perspective. We have a dysfunctional and a backwards perspective about change, about evolution, about we're so possessive about a moment instead of allowing moments, instead of embracing moments, instead of nurturing and encouraging moments. We're like, no, this has to be this way forever. And it's like, well, the universe has so much more for your next level self. The creator has so much more to give to this new version of yourself. So many updates. You know how I always love to use the cell phone analogy. So many updates for you. So many things for you to have still. Keep on holding on to that old phone even though they're knocking towers down around you. Just because of the pictures that are in it. No. Guess what? You'll get a new phone. with new pictures, new abilities, new what is it? I can't think of what they're called right now. Filters. You know, you get new pictures and new things to do with them. You know, allow your moments to grow. We aren't doing that. We're so afraid. So here's the thing, because we think that when something ended, it was the end for us. We think when something ended, it was an end for us. We're not understanding chapters. We're not understanding seasons in a way that we must in order to grow. I'm 36 years old right now. Do you know how many chapters there are for me? If I'm blessed to live a long and prosperous life like I intend to, and grow to be a wisdom, wise old woman, there's so many chapters I'm going to have to close. So many new chapters I'm going to have to embrace. I do not want to be in my 36-year chapter when I'm 66. I don't want to be in my 36-year chapter when I'm 76. I have to be open. 46, 56. I have to be open to endings. You have to be open to endings. And I know that hurts. Trust me. It's painful. It's disappointing. It's frustrating. But you have to be open to endings. And endings aren't always like, hey, never again. Sometimes it's the end of a way. Sometimes it's the end of the thought. We talked about that. Sometimes it's the end of how it's done. And sometimes it is the end of that situation. It's done. But you need to be open to endings so that you can have an open-ended life. Your life is just full of possibilities. So I want us to keep this in mind. When things are ending, when chapters are closing, when life is changing, when things are just no longer what they were, oh my gosh, the pain of it all, right? I want us to keep in mind that if you are still breathing, thank you, my love. If you are still breathing, it's a new beginning. I don't care what just ended, y'all. I'm about to get teary-eyed because a lot of y'all, 2022 is, when I tell you when I come into 2023, I'll be a brand spanking new woman. 2022 is not playing. It's taking it all. It's taking everything that can't go with me. Be careful what you pray for. It's taking everything that can't go with me. It's not even leaving, and it's been doing it for years. It didn't just 2022 just come for years. I've been shedding a little bit at a time, letting go a little bit at a time, and now I know it's here because 2022 is saying it's gone, that's gone. There you go. Knew this, knew that, knew. I'm saying, wait a minute. We've been preparing you. Remember, I told you the universe is not all of a sudden. We just aren't listening. Nothing happens all of a sudden. We're ignoring. One of my best friends was telling me we're leaning to our own understanding of things. Come on now. I'm saying we're going to understand differently. If you are still breathing, it is just a new beginning. So you're not being stuck at that old job that shut down, that's no longer here. Look at all the transformation. Y'all, we can barely go to malls. Malls barely exist. It's online shopping. There's no such thing as a phone. My children don't even know what a house phone is. I mean, life is changing. And I'm saying that as life is changing and things are going away, as long as you are breathing, it's a new beginning. I'm not even seeing it as an ending. I'm not even seeing it as the end because I'm still here. You're still here. You're still here. You are still here no matter what you lost, no matter what you thought, no matter what they took, no matter what was shaken, no matter what was turned upside down. No matter the disappointment, no matter the frustration, no matter the pain, you are still here. Look at you. You hear me. I hear you. You're still here today. And every day I wake up and I am in great transition. Trust me, y'all, the shakedown of the century in my life right now. But what I know is as long as I'm still breathing, it's just a new beginning. Harmony is just a new beginning. It's a new career. It's a new relationship. It's a new relationship with yourself. It's a new form of parenting. It's a new chapter. It's a new life. It's a new home. It's new. It's new. Thank you so much. It's new. If you are still breathing, it's just a new beginning. Before you lose it, before you pass out on the ground, before you say, Lord, why me? Before you start feeling bad about yourself, before you start being upset about yourself, before you start beating yourself up, before you start having doubt, before you start giving up, I want you to stop and say, wait, I'm still breathing. So must mean that it's just a new beginning. Before you think you're done, before you throw in the towel, before you slip into depression, before you accept a life less than you what you desire and what you do, I don't care what your surroundings look like. Before you settle for a life that's less than your purpose and your potential, before you revert, before you go backwards, I want you to stop and say, wait a minute. I was about to jump off that cliff, right? About to dive out that window. I was about to give up on the whole situation. I was about to give up on love, give up on laughter, give up on hope. I was about to stop trying. I was about to stop holding my standards high. Before you give up, I want you to stop and say, I'm still breathing, which means it's just a new beginning. What I thought was the end is just the new beginning. What I thought was the last, it's just the new beginning. Don't let the last of that situation be the last of you. Don't let the last of your past be the last of you. Wake up in the morning, it feels painful. It feels difficult. New realities, adjustments. I get it. I'm exhausted by it. Trust me. But this is what I'm saying. You tripping. You tripping, boo. You tripping. You about to sit up here and doubt what's coming next. You about to sit up here and be stuck in the past, mourning, disappointed, frustrated, sad, angry, resentful. You about to sit up here and be in all these things. But you woke up this morning, which means you must be in a new beginning. I choose not to be in the last of my past, because I woke up breathing, and so I must be in a new beginning. So when I start to feel like, dang it, this is starting all over again. Dang it, this is rock bottom. Oh, this is so hard. Why am I here? How did I get here? What's happening? I'm going to stop and say, I'm still breathing. It didn't take me out. That death didn't take me out. That divorce didn't take me out. That relationship didn't take me out. That friendship didn't take me out. That deceit didn't take me out. That betrayal didn't take me out. Didn't take me out. So I must be in a new beginning. I must just be in a new beginning. Have grace with yourself. Have realistic conversation with yourself. Have loving conversations with yourself. Life is not gentle. Life is not gentle. Be gentle with yourself. You know what, Harmony? It sucks that everything that you knew is changing, but you asked to grow. You asked to have everything the universe, like I said, I know there's mediocre existence. I know there's low vibrational existence, and I know there's the best possible outcome for me out there. And you asked for the best possible outcome. That means you got to come all the way through all these levels. What you thought? Thought you was going to take all that stuff with you? I can't take you to a new level with weights. I can't take you to a new level with anchors. I can't take you to a new level with bolts and chains and demons and ghosts. And no. You thought your thought got caught. I know Bessie's on the line. Your thought got caught. We inside joke. I can't take you there with all of that. So since I lost that, since that's not with me anymore, since that tie has been cut, since that distance has begun, since that bond has been broken, since that bridge has been burned, shut down, toll booth up, maybe I'm just in a new beginning. Maybe this feeling, this fear, this sadness, maybe this growth, maybe it needs some hope on it because I'm now in a new beginning. You asked for it. You asked for the best possible outcome, and you weren't in it. You weren't in it. Y'all know it. You asked for it, and you weren't there. So guess what? You're moving towards it, and so we're going to have to bring you up out of it, okay? If you're still breathing, you're just in a new beginning. It didn't do what you thought it did. It didn't do what you thought it was going to do. It didn't have the effect you were most afraid of, because guess what? You're still here. You're still moving forward. Your best is still possible. Your purpose is still possible. Your praise is still present. Okay? You're just moving forward. You are still breathing, then you are just in a new beginning. That's why it feels like that. Embrace it. Let those last moments be the last moments for that situation and not for you. And not for you. Okay? Now, we're going to give thanks. We're going to move through these quick because this moment is going long, y'all. I'm sorry if it's going long, but I'm going to get through this moment today because we need it. I'm going to spend some time on it. Not too much time because we are going to get ready for our live virtual prayer for Baltimore City for those that live here in the city. Or even if you don't live in the city, but you know what's going on in Baltimore City. We're going to get ready, okay? We're going to get ready for that live virtual prayer that we're all doing live. And I'll explain more to you who all want to participate that might be in the moment right now and aren't familiar with what we're about to do collectively in the city. I'm going to let you know, but let's finish this moment, okay? So the next part of last moments and moments in reflection are giving thanks for the ships that sank. Giving thanks for the ships that sank. Ashe, thank y'all. Giving thanks for the ships that sank. And that goes both ways, right? We're giving, I always tell y'all, gratitude is the most divine mood shifter there is. I don't care what you're experiencing. I don't care how afraid I get. I don't care how upset I get, how angry. When I just start giving thanks, it shifts. It puts me in another lane of operating. It changes my low vibration instantly. It's like a light switch. I instantly go from low vibration to high vibration. I would like to focus on all the things you didn't do, all the things you weren't, all the things I needed you to do, whether it's your job, whether it's your home, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's yourself. I would like to go into those things, but oh my good God, what happens when I just think about what grace I had with you? When I think about the blessings I've had with this circumstance, when I think about the greatness that came out of this lesson, when I think about the development and the growth I was privy to because of what I'm going through, oh, how the vibration changes. And that's the point. So we're here to give thanks. We're giving thanks for things that didn't take off. Jobs we didn't need to get lost in. Relationships we didn't need to get stuck in. Circumstances and mindsets we didn't need to grow old in or rot old in because we weren't growing in some of these things. We're giving thanks for the things that were good, right? So we're talking about those ships that sank. They went down and we weren't on them. We're giving thanks. We were so sad we didn't get that job. We were so sad we lost that opportunity. We were so devastated that relationship didn't work out. I'm grateful that I got that ship that sank and I wasn't on it. I wasn't on it because life was changing for me. The Creator was moving me. I was trying to hold on to those last moments and the Creator was saying, let it go. And then when I looked up, I was on the coast and the ship sank. It wasn't the ship for me. It wasn't gonna, or even the ship didn't sink, but I grew. I'd have got too big for that ship thinking I'm supposed to still be on it. I'm saying I'm giving thanks for the ships that sank. That's how we dealing with those last moments. We're not sad. We're not saying, man, I almost had that job. I worked so hard. I worked as hard as they did. We're not saying, I wish I would have gotten pregnant and stayed in and didn't get pregnant and stayed in that course or did this school or did this class. I'm saying I'm giving thanks for ships that sank, that took me, that allowed me, made me swim off in a different direction, made me use a life vessel, a lifeboat of my own. I'm giving thanks for the ships that sank. And also when I'm reflecting and I'm saying Kofring and my loved ones, I'm giving thanks for where they are. I hate that my brother is gone physically, but I know my brother is here spiritually. And the things he's been able to enact and impart and bring into my physical life and my spiritual life, he wouldn't have been able to do that from a physical form. He'd be a kid, still growing, still learning, but oh, what an incredible being he is now. And I give thanks. And when I start being like, dang, I won't have another birthday, I'll never see his child, I just give thanks. I'm grateful for the laughs. I'm grateful that I met him. I'm grateful that I knew him. I'm grateful that we were astro twins. I'm grateful that when I call on him today, he answers. I'm grateful that when my son is in some deep ish, I know he's got his back in a way he couldn't if he was here. I'm saying give thanks. It sounds so simple, y'all. It sounds so simple. But I promise you, I don't make promises I can't keep. Or I don't have an intention on keeping. Listen, if you are in a place of letting go, if you are in a place of an ending, if you are in a place where things have ended and you're stuck in those last moments, give thanks. I was going into work. I was going into, not work, I was going in to take my daughter to school. And I ran into an old coworker, and it was so good to see her. And she was saying, where are you working now, Harmony? What are you doing? And I let her know, like, hey, I'm just leaving one career. I'm embarking on a new career. But in the meantime, till this new career is ready, open position, I'm going to be with my babies. And she was like, it is the best thing that can happen. She said, you know how much I hate my husband, because we worked together a long time ago, and she would complain about her husband all the time. And they divorced, of course, eventually. She was like, you know how much I hate my ex-husband. But he gave me 10 years of being a stay-at-home mom, and I'll always thank him for that. And when I tell you of all the things I've heard her say about her life and the years we worked together, and about her marriage, and about her husband who's unavailable, who's unloving and cold and not growing and da-da-da, we know the drill. That one thing she gave of gratitude of that moment, it was a shift. I could see her spirit be at peace with where they are and the mistakes from their past and their life. I'm saying it's real. I was at peace for her when she said that. She said, he gave me 10 years of being a stay-at-home mom, and I'll always be great. And I tell you, and it made me think back. It made me think back on just situations that I'm stuck in, guys. Stuck in anger with the children's father, stuck in anger with the treatment, stuck in anger, just stuck in places, stuck in resentment with the way I was undervalued or underappreciated. But I swear, when I switched the switch to gratitude, oh my gosh, how it opens up peace on the situation and shines a space. It just clears out like a what is it called when oh, Mama Nikiwe would get them all the time. I can't think of them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anybody knows what I'm talking about? Put it in the chat. What is Mama Nikiwe always an advocate for? And it's like cleansing out your bowels and things. I know, kind of sounds kind of, but we have this mama that's always like, you got a headache, clean out your bowels. You nauseous, clean out your bowels. You tired, you need to clean out your bowels. And she, she's big. She's like, I'm always getting it. What is it called? What is that called? No, I can't think of it. But it's like something they, put inside your body to clean your bowels out. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm having a brain fart about this right now. But when someone says it, y'all who know Mama Nikki Way knows what she was talking about all the time. I don't know. It's like a colon cleansing, right? Can't think about what it. But the colon cleansing, whole process. She was getting them all the time. She was like, clean it out. I'm saying that gratitude cleans it out. Watch what it makes way for when you are talking about the last moments of past moments. Watch what it cleans out. Watch when you just switch that switch and you say, like, look, this isn't what I wanted it to be. This wasn't what I hoped for. This wasn't what I intended. But it is flushing out your bowels. It has a name. It's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to end up putting it in here next week because I cannot stand for my words not to come together when I need them to. It's called like a colonoscopy. No, not that. Oh, it has an exact name. I'll get it. Y'all see my Aquarius mind doing things to me, what it does to me. Y'all see, this is me all day. I can't lose a thought. I have to figure it out. Oh, okay. So, but what I am saying is that, this moment is going long, but I want to say what I am saying is that when you switch that switch for gratitude and you give thanks, it will clear out the low vibrational barriers and debris and burdens that are keeping you from moving forward. So when we talk about the last moments of past moments, go into them with gratitude. I'm sorry this didn't happen. I'm grateful that you were there for me. I'm grateful you were there at my brother's funeral with me. I'm grateful that you were a friend to me. I'm grateful that I found another level of love with you. I'm grateful that my children experienced you or this relationship or this situation or this money. I'm grateful that, like I said, I had to leave that job when I had to leave it. I outgrew it. But I'm grateful that when I was a young mom in my 20s, that this city job came together with the stability for me and my family, and it allowed me to get a hold on life to be a single mom. The gratitude changes. It changes the gravity. The gratitude changes the gravity. And when the gravity is different, your heart is lighter. Isn't that the point? For your heart to be light as a feather. When the gratitude changes the gravity, your heart is lighter and it can float towards the next level. You can actually graduate. I ain't mad at you. Wish it would have been different. I know you did all the stuff you did, but guess what? I'm grateful for the blessings I got out of it. I'm switching that switch. Give thanks for the ships that sank. And give thanks for the moments that meant something to you. The moments that were magical and moments that made you who you are. Just give thanks, not grief. Give gratitude, not grief. Okay? Gratitude, not regret. Let your gratitude shift your gravity. Let your gravity get your heart lighter than a feather. Okay. Things in for the next level to begin. A colon cleanse. I think that is what it's called. I still feel like I'm holding on to, but okay. Thank you. Thank you. You know me. You know me, and I love you, and I thank you for helping me through that. Things in for the next level to begin. Things in for the next level to begin. Guys, the last moments of the past moments, and I'm talking even when we're talking about transition being in death, they only happened for you to go to the next level. There's only one reason things end. There's only one reason that things come to an end. It is for a new level. That relationship ended because there's a new version of yourself waiting to be tapped into, to be explored, to be paid attention to. There is a new venture. There's a new vocation. There is a new level. There's a new skill. There's things. So don't be sitting up here in the ending, stuck in it. That the creator took that like we did. We take something from the baby because we want the baby to focus on something else. Nope, that's not good for you. Take this. Things only end. Now, if the creator takes something from me and I'm still looking back here for it, then what the creator is trying to give me, I can't see. I have to know, well, dang, if you took that kind of abruptly, but I might add, but if you took it, if it's gone, then you got something else for me. I have to change my direction. I can't be like, but where? Where is it? When am I going to get it back? Why'd you take it? Whole time he's trying to give me something over here. Things only end for the next thing to begin. Let those last moments be those last moments for that last thing and get into your new moment. Go into your next level. It ended. Women that are going into menopause and they're mourning their childbearing years. The Creator's trying to give you something new. Women or men that are mourning the older versions of themselves or different versions of themselves. They play it days, they college days. The Creator's trying to give you something new. It only ended. The job only ended. The relationship only ended. The friendship only ended. The acquaintance only ended. The opportunity only ended. The door only shut. This is how Creator works. This is how the Creator works. The door only shut because a new door is open for you. And if two doors are open at the same time, okay, think about a house. If two doors are open at the same time, something's just going to be going in and out. But shut one door so that the other door can be a focus. That's the only reason the Creator does it. Creator not going to suffocate you and have both doors closed at the same time. I don't care what it feels like. But trust, if it came to an end, it's only for a new level to begin. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. Sometimes you don't want to accept it. Sometimes you were okay where you were. Sometimes you weren't ready for the growth. Or you thought you were, and then the growth started, and you was like, I don't actually want this. Listen, the only reason it stopped, is because you got something else you have to start. The only reason. Listen, I know so many. I got my sisters on the call. I've seen them myself. I'm saying even the only reason my brother's life ended was because a new version. I'm not going to say only for me, because many people were affected by his transition, and many people had a new life, a new version of themselves, a new level to reach. But I can't be sitting up in here, why my brother? I'm not going to say it. Look, I'm human. It comes sometimes. Sometimes I still want to shoot the block up. Who did this to my brother? But I won't, because I'm in an understanding space. That's the point of this moment. I'm going to a space of saying, look, his life only ended as it pertains to me. So not just his life, not just me, but I'm talking about in the scope of my reality, in the scope of our relationship, in the scope of our connection. Everybody else has their different reason and connection for his transition. But for me, that transition came because there was something I was going to become. Because of what I lost, that I would not have become had I not grown through that. And so his life only ended. I can't let his death be in vain and be sitting here in sadness. His life ended as it relates to me so that I can transform to another place. And when I tell you my brother's death has made me a different person, it's made me see life differently. It's made me embrace life. I don't waste a moment. I don't get caught up in what should be. I'm not obligated to the flesh. And it's because of his death. But I would not have made that graduation without that evaluation. I would not have made that graduation without that evaluation, guys. And I'm saying that things end for the next level to begin. I'm not about to sit here. Don't feel bad for yourself. Don't get caught up in an illusion. Don't get caught up in deception. Don't start distracting yourself with low vibrational ideas and mindset. Understand something at that door closed because the next door is open and you're looking in the wrong direction. Don't get stuck. It only ended for the next level. So now instead of me keep on talking, wasting time, talking to God about why something ended that's gone, that's done, I can say, Creator, I know you're taking me somewhere else. Father, lead me towards my next direction. Oh, Creator, please take me towards. I'm ready. I'm open. Have me to be more receptive. Have me to do the work. Have me to be here because you got something else for me. Because you closed that down. So you got something else for me. You shut that door. That means you opened this door. And in the meantime, there's some things you need me, some work you need me to do in the hallway. I'm getting ready so I can walk through that door. Okay? Things end for the next level to get. That's it. But if they don't end, you're going to be stuck. Okay? You're in a perpetual purgatory of growth. If it's ending, guys, if you've outgrown it, if your standards are changing, if you're expanding, if your career is changing, if your dreams are changing, if your vision is changing, if you're expanding, let that door close. As much as it hurts, as afraid and as scary as it is, as apprehensive as you might be, things end for the next level to begin. But you gotta let it. You gotta appreciate it. You gotta understand it. Okay, we're gonna get out of this. This is like literally the longest moment we've ever had. But Spirit is speaking straight through me. I'm not gonna shut it down. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to be touched by this. I don't know who needs to go into 2023, who needs to meet me at my prayer and purge, ready to let some stuff go. But if you tuned on today, we're gonna get ready for it. We're going to get ready for it. We're going to start working towards it. We're going to start moving towards it now. January 1st, not going to see us in the past. January 1st, won't catch me there. You won't catch me there. You won't catch me there, okay? So here's the thing. Last point. Don't let the ending of anything be the end of you. Y'all, this is going to be the end of this moment. Don't let the ending of anything be the end of you. Don't let the ending of anything. I don't care what ends. You're still breathing. It's a new beginning. So if it's ending, I don't want you. I've seen so many people, they lose their flair. They lose their light. They lose their luster. They lose their faith. They lose their trust. They lose their zeal. They lose their vigor, their grit, their courage, their drive. They lose it because of what they lost. But they still have themselves. You're going to lose yourself because you lost something? You're going to lose yourself because you lost something? Let me tell you about losing things when you're connected to the Creator. When you are connected to the Creator, you have an insurance. It's a lifetime warranty. Guarantee. It is a lifetime warranty, the relationship you have with the Creator. There is nothing you are going to lose that the Creator is not going to replace or reimburse you for. We've talked about this in the past. I just want us to know Baltimore is experiencing a lot of loss. I need us to know this. If you're tuned in where you should be tuned into, there is a lifetime warranty on your relationship with the Creator. You can't lose it. You can't lose it. If it goes, it was for the season. It was for the reason. But don't lose yourself. Don't let the ending of anything be the end of you. Don't let some of us, we all up in this recession, or the recession that they say is soon to be. Can't tell the difference. But as you know, inflation is happening and so many things that we've lost and plans that has had to, I don't care what. If the world restarts, you are still here. It is not the end of you. Do not leave your sense for life and your love for life and your desires and your dreams for true love and your dreams for achievement and your dreams for school or your dreams for relation, your dreams for sisterhood and brotherhood, your ideals and your goals of healing and advancement. Don't leave those things and the things that you lost. It's not the end of you. End of that job. End of having that name. End of that situation. End of those thoughts. End of that way of living. End of that old way. End of whatever, but not the end of you. Don't let the ending of anything be the end of you, because the Creator is not done with you. But when you accept and get stuck in low vibrational last moments, you are saying that it's the end of you. Change the way you dress. Change the way you show up. Change the way you live your life. Change how open you are. Change how forgiving you are. Change how great you are. Don't let it be the end of you. No, nothing physically that will end can end you. You are infinite. You are infinite. But you have to know that. You have to know that when it comes to your moments. All right, y'all. Long moment. This moment is like an hour and a half. I'm so sorry. But here's the thing. The Creator is putting me through extreme process. The Creator is qualifying me for these moments. The Creator is qualifying me for the work I'm going to be doing with and for you all. And so as long as the Creator is working on me, I'm going to let him do and say what he needs to do and say through this vessel. Because trust me, these moments are moving to a level of extreme healing. And we are going to do extreme work. You have not seen the least of me. Because the ending of nothing is the end of me. Okay, so as long as the Creator opens another window for me, I'm going to soar. I want the same for you. I want the same for you. I'm here to facilitate the same for you. I'm here to navigate, to cheerlead, to anticipate, to pray for the same thing for you. We're going to another level. We're not going to get stuck in those last moments. We're going to accurately reflect. We're going to accurately, high vibrationally reflect and Sankofa, because there's so much more ahead for you. There's so much more. I don't care where you are in your life. I don't care if you're in a jail cell. I don't care if you're 87. I don't care if you don't have legs. I don't care if you have some other type of disability. I don't care if you're dealing with depression, bipolar. I care. But I'm not giving an excuse, because it's time. We can do this. The end of nothing is the end of you. It's a new beginning. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of this extremely long moment. I love you so much. We are going to be growing and glowing. Please meet us in less than an hour on any social media platform that you have. I'm going to be going Facebook Live. A really close friend of mine, Mama Neonu, has initiated a citywide prayer today, September 4th, on Beyonce's birthday. Yes, I am a part of the Beehive a little bit. The September 4th at noon, we're doing a global connected prayer. We are all coming together to pray for Baltimore City, raise through praise the vibration of everything that's happening. We're praying for these babies. We're praying for these bullets to stop. We're praying for the politicians to get it together. We're praying for we are putting our tongues to work in a divine and effective way, our way. Okay, so come together if you can. Any social media platform, all your social media platforms. Definitely, I'm going to be Facebook Live at noon. A lot of the sisters and mamas I know are going to be Facebook Live at noon today, September 4th, 2022. For those that don't see the video in real time, yeah, hope you don't miss it. But tune in, get your prayer at noon, come live. Like she said, if you don't like being in front of a camera, you don't want people looking at you, it makes you nervous, do an audio prayer. Audibly do it. Record yourself praying. Look, pray, go live and cut the light out. But look, we need your prayers. There's no excuse for why we can't elevate. There's no excuse for why divine beings can't do what divine beings were meant to do. So let's do it. I'll see you 12 o'clock noon in just a couple of minutes for us to do a virtual prayer, uplifting Baltimore City, bringing change through the range. Okay, we're bringing change, and we're going to rearrange, and we're going to cleanse, and we are praying for, yes, Baltimore and beyond. We're going to do it. So y'all meet us there. I love you so much. I'll see you next Saturday, Lord willing. Next Saturday at 10, I'll be back for another Moment of Harmony next Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Thank you for my supporters. I love you so much. Thank you for my friends. I love you so much. Thank you for my family. Thank you for those that pray for me. Thank you for those that encourage me. Thank you for those that see me, hear me, love me. It's real, and I'm really here for you. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Actually, I'll see you in a couple of minutes for a prayer at noon. Okay?